Back to Las Vegas hotel history. Today we'll be covering the Landmark Hotel and Casino. The Landmark played host to famous celebrities such as Danny Thomas, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and Freddie Fender's first appearances. In 1961, Frank Carroll purchased 22 acres, 8.9 hectares, the lot at the corner of Convention Center Drive and Paradise Road in Paradise, Nevada. With a $3 million loan from Appliance Buyers Credit Corporation, Carroll and his group hired John W. Jameson of Tustin, California, to design the tower. Edward Hendricks of Los Angeles was contracted to oversee the tower construction. Construction of the steel reinforced concrete tower using a patented method of concrete slip forming was directed by San Francisco office of McDonald Engineering of Chicago. This is unknown. The original plan was to build a 15-story tower, the tallest in Nevada at the time. That was increased to 31 stories when the nearby Mint Hotel downtown decided to add more floors to its tower to claim the record height. In the end, the title went to the Landmark. In December 1962, Carroll ran out of funding to complete the project. His creditors refused to lend him additional money to the tower to complete the tower, and work halted. The tower sat 80% complete, just an empty shell. In 1966, after 4 years of dormancy, the Teamsters Union Pension Fund awarded Carroll $5.5 million to complete the Landmark. Work resumed and the tower was completed by early 1967. Landmark announced the opening of its main showroom and lounges on New Year's Eve 1967, but due to a lack of funding, it did not open on time. The Carrolls expected to have the hotel open in April 1968. However, a February edition of the Las Vegas Review-Journal noted that the hotel had yet to apply for its gambling license. On January 17, 1969, reclusive billionaire Howard Hughes purchased the Landmark and agreed to pay off the nearly three dozen creditors and contractors Frank Carroll owed money to. Unlike Hughes' other Las Vegas hotels, Landmark had yet to be opened. This allowed Hughes to make all the design decisions from room decor to employee uniforms. After 8 years in the construction phase, the Landmark Casino opened on July 1st, 1969, with a celebration of 500 invited guests such as Danny Thomas headlining the main showroom. Many top performers such as Liberace, George Burns, Pat Cooper, and Phyllis Diller have performed at the hotel. Having top performers at the Landmark did not continue, as the Landmark was not a high-profit venture. Throughout the 1970s, continuing financial troubles and bad publicity plagued the Landmark. In 1970, Hughes fled Las Vegas, leaving control of his hotels to his company, Summa Corp. Landmark reported a loss of $5.9 million that year. In 1974, William G. Bennett and William Pennington made an offer to buy the Landmark, but every time they came to close the deal, Hughes raised the price. They bought Circus instead. On July 15, 1977, carbon monoxide gas leaked into the hotel's air conditioning system, killing one guest and injuring 138. This also caused a power failure and was found out to be the result of flooding in the sub-basement. By the late 70s, the Landmark was in major financial trouble. Summa Corp began selling off its hotel properties, and the Landmark was at the top of the list. Ed and Zola Wolfram of Grand Rapids, Ohio, purchased the Landmark from Summa Corp. They had little success in turning the troubled hotel around. In 1982, F. Wolfram was convicted of embezzling $47 million from his Toledo brokerage firm, Bell and Beckwith. The Landmark was seized and put up for sale. In 1983, William Morris, a Las Vegas native, purchased the hotel with plans to breathe life into it. He used junk bonds from Wall Street to finance a major renovation. During the extensive exterior renovation, new red stripes were added along the windows running up the tower, and the roof was painted red to match. The entrance had red-lit outriggers added, and a new side entrance was added to the casino. Although these were nice visual additions, The rooms remained untouched, which contributed to the eventual downfall. The hotel was renamed to the New Landmark. Even though the hotel management failed to bring in much profit, it made enough to remain open throughout the 1980s. But with the opening of the city's first mega resort, the Mirage, in 1989, the Landmark's fate was sealed. Without money necessary to renovate the rooms, and certainly not enough to pay the creditors, Landmark closed its doors in August 1990. In June 1991, the hotel's contents were liquidated via an on-site public sale conducted by NCL National Content Liquidators, Inc. The hotel sat empty for 2 years until 1993, the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, which owns the Las Vegas Convention Center across the street, bought the Landmark for $16.7 million. A year-long debate followed with the LVCVA about the fate of the aged and run-down hotel. Some wanted to make the necessary repairs and reopen it to house convention attendees. Others wanted to demolish the building to add 2,000 much-needed parking spaces for the convention center. In the end, after much protest, it was decided that the Landmark would be demolished. Shortly after the announcement of the hotel's pending destruction was made, a motion was filed by several historical preservation groups to have the tower declared a historical landmark, therefore preventing the LVCVA from destroying or modifying it. In the end, the court ruled in the favor of the Las Vegas Convention Center Association, whatever. In mid-1994, AB Has Environmental began removing asbestos installation from the Landmark. The company was cited for violating air emission standards during the removal. AB Has signed a settlement in which the company agreed to pay an $18,000 fine. In early 1995, Maryland-based Controlled Demolition Inc., California-based Ionico Inc. began clearing the property and prepping the tower with 100 pounds of explosives. That's not a lot for Vegas. The casino shops and room wings were cleared away, leaving only the gutted tower. At 5:35 a.m. on November 7, 1995, the Landmark was demolished in 17 seconds. The demolition was filmed and used in Mars Attacks. Today, the property which housed the Landmark is 2,000 space parking lot for the Vegas Convention Center. The Landmark's external elevators were used in the filming of a scene in Diamonds Are Forever, one of the Bond classic movies. The Landmark's parking foyer was used during the filming of the Martin Scorsese's Casino, starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone. An empty Landmark can be seen in an early garage scene in Viva Las Vegas. The Landmark had recurring roles in both Vegas and Crime Story. While buildings are usually gutted to prepare for demolition, electrical wiring and lights were allowed to remain. As part of the movie special effects, the lights in the Landmark were on before and during the implosion. The implosion of the Landmark was used in the film Mars Attacks and the closing credits of The Cooler. In Mars Attacks, the Landmark Hotel was shown under the name Galaxy Hotel. Pyrotechnics set off at the base of the Landmark were part of the special effects for this movie, which called for UFO's lasers shooting the base and collapsing it. The Cooler was the last commercial appearance of the Landmark. In 2010, the video game Fallout New Vegas, set in the post-apocalyptic Las Vegas of 2281, a building bearing a striking resemblance to the Landmark Hotel, features as the personal residence of Howard Hughes-inspired character Mr. House. And yeah, that's it for this. Oh, and I think I'm gonna cover some unfinished projects, maybe. But I might wanna hit some other casinos that are still open, or whatever.